Welcome back. We will continue our discussion on architectural view of the software quality assurance system. In the previous video, we had discussed the first component of the software quality assurance system, which is in fact the pre-project components. So the second component that we will discuss here is project lifecycle software quality assurance components. And this component mainly has two focus areas. Uh, the first one is the development life cycle stage, which aims to detect design and programming errors or defects. The second one is operation maintenance stage. That, of course, focuses on the maintenance tasks and activities. So when developing the product, there are of course number of activities that take place, as you can see here, that we might have to perform formal design reviews, peer reviews, expert opinions, like testing activities. So the SQ components used during the operation and maintenance phase, they include specialized components as well as development lifecycle uh, components. Then the third component here is quality infrastructure components. So in fact, these are the components that reduce the number of errors in the system and result in improving the productivity. For example, these components can be procedural and work instructions. Of course, like how to perform a particular procedure, the details they are prescribed. Similarly, sporting devices is another subcomponent here. For example, sporting devices are in fact quality devices that could be, for example, a template or a checklist, and they are used to maximize the efficiency and quality of the process. Then another one is for staff training instructions. Of course, staff training is important element to avoid errors throughout the development of the system. And if the staff is trained, of course, they will be making less errors. And similarly, if some new staff that is inducted in the organization, they also have to be trained according to the organizational procedures and norms. Similarly, preventive actions and configuration management activities, documentation control, they are also under the quality infrastructure components. Then the fourth component of SQA system is quality management. So quality management not only focuses on product quality, but also the means in which it can be achieved. For example, some of the components used to support the managerial control of the software development projects, like they might include like project progress control, as you can see here, then software quality metrics and software quality costs. These three are in fact very important components for quality management, because if we see the project progress control, so it is about tracking or monitoring the progress of the project to ensure that it does not deviate from its initial plans. So the second one is like software quality metric. So quality metric is in fact a measurement that is used to evaluate the software quality in a system. Whereas the third component of quality management is Quality costs. The software quality costs are the costs that incur throughout the entire project. So the total cost is, of course, calculated from different cost heads that we had already discussed in our discussion on class discussion on cost of software quality. Then the fifth SQA component is standards. Of course, SQ standards, system certifications, and like assessment components, they are very vital and focus on, in fact, using external tools or the knowledge of international organizations to uh, get get their work procedures certified. Uh, so the outcome of course, this component is simply to use external staff and to achieve the desired in-house software quality assurance compliance. Then the last component of SQ system is organizational base, or the human component. So we know that SQ cannot be directly applied to the organization. Instead, organizational base is required, and we need to have some group of people or human beings that in fact contribute towards the overall process of quality assurance. So the organizational base is of course collectively made up of, for example, here we have like management, SQA units, SQA trustees, and different SQA committees, and SQ forums. So the SQ unit, for example, they focus purely on software quality assurance to ensure that all the standards, procedures, and components are efficiently and like correctly being developed. So this is in fact done through the activities, for example, conducting audits and like various other quality assurance activities. Management, of course, must ensure that all the staff are aware of the quality policies of the organization, and of course, they are required to define or allocate sufficient resources so that like all the development teams or all the involved human resources can perform their tasks effectively. So that's all about our discussion on software quality assurance architecture. In the next lecture, we will discuss the new topic. Thank you. The materials in this video are based on our coursework titled Software Quality Assurance from Theory to Implementation by Daniel Gammon.